Hello everyone, Jeff Green again with a market analysis update for week 42, which is the week ending October 22nd, 2021. Please like and subscribe this video, and while you're doing that, let me get my website out of the way here for you. And we're going to take a look at the VTI ETF this week. VTI is Vanguard's sort of all-encompassing ETF. It's the most broadest base ETF you can get. So we're just going to look at this one this week. And as usual, weekly chart on the left, daily on the right. And you can see quite clearly that we had a very strong number of, let me get a smaller pen here, right? We jumped out of this sort of base building consolidation in this area. We jumped up, we jumped up, we jumped up, jumped up a little bit, and now sort of we're at this sort of oversold situation where we have a long-legged doji, which might indicate a neutral posture or caution for next week. We got this long-legged doji. Here are the legs, right? The buyers produced an upward leg, and the sellers sort of corrected it down here. So we're looking at this line right here as resistance, right? And so that doji happened just where you would expect it to happen, right at resistance. And because doji represents indecision, we're sort of in this twilight zone where we're not sure where we're going to go from here during the following week. A doji typically indicates a balance between supply and demand. So that's what produces this funny looking leg. Sentiment may change, but I think the proper posture for next week is a little bit of a caution. And let me erase all these guys here, and we'll talk a little bit about what we might expect. Let me point out some other things while we have this chart up here. The Ikimoku line is above these prices, which is a strong indication. On the weekly chart, we still have this move up from this sort of base building area here. So because earnings are still expanding, this wasn't a major downtrend. I don't see any big volume bars here that are red. I think that we might find some support here. The problem is that the momentum on the daily has waned a little bit, and even though the weekly shows it's still moving up, we'll have to wait and see what happens this week. I suspect that what might happen is this doji might be the beginning of another base that sort of fits in here between this support line and this resistance line above it. I think if it gets weaker, it might come down about to here and maybe produce a base or move up. But if it moves up and closes above this doji, then I think we might find another leg that goes up in this direction. So that's it for this week. I hope it helps. Like I asked, please like and subscribe, and we'll chat with you next week. Have a good week trading, everybody.